My name is Carol Farquhar. I'm with the League of Women Voters of Dallas, here today to discuss Proposition S of the proposed amendments to the Dallas City Charter. This particular one would waive the Dallas governmental immunity from suit and from liability and allow anyone who is defined as a resident to bring suit against the city if they feel that the city is not enforcing state, local ordinances or the city charter. If they are successful, they can recover their attorney's fees and costs. So first, let me say, what is governmental immunity? Governmental entities, including cities, cannot be sued nor be liable for damages unless their governmental immunity is waived. State law waives that immunity in certain instances. For example, if a city employee is involved in a car wreck, the city can be sued, although the amount of damages may be limited. It can also be sued if it breaches a contract it's entered into. Dallas Hero proposed this particular amendment. They obtained enough signatures to get it on the ballot. The arguments for this particular amendment are that the city should follow state and local laws and be accountable to its residents. There are many arguments against this particular amendment. First is the definition of resident. Who can bring a lawsuit includes any person who resides within the city, not just simply taxpayers or voters or citizens, and any firm or company that does business in Dallas or otherwise conducts business in Dallas. So I'm reminded of the old commercial of Picante from some company who claimed their competitor manufactured the Picante in New York City. And likely here, you could have an out-of-city, out-of-state company comes to the city of Dallas if that company thinks that the Dallas city is not enforcing state or local laws. There's no downside to how this would work because other state laws that waive immunity provide that if the court finds the lawsuit is frivolous, then the person bringing the suit has to pay the city's attorney's fees and costs. But that provision is not contained within this ordinance. So it's a one-way street on who pays. The city's going to have to face constant lawsuits from people coming in and claiming that they think the city is not doing as it should. We're going to have to hire more attorneys, and we're looking at a budget shortfall. Let me give you a couple of quick examples of how this might work. The city's going to be dragged into disputes between neighbors where somebody is having a dispute with their neighbor and then goes to court and says the city of Dallas is not enforcing the weed ordinance. And then the city might have to pay attorney's fees and costs for that. Another possibility is if a company in another state that has more lax marijuana laws than what we have, and the proposition about marijuana also before the voters of the city of Dallas passes, then they might come in and claim that Dallas is not enforcing this new charter amendment that requires non-enforcement of possession under 4 ounces. And they too could get attorney's fees and costs if they were successful. This one has the law of unintended consequences written all over it. I realize Dallas Hero does not intend for some of these things to happen, but once it's in the city charter, they don't control who brings what kind of lawsuit that waives governmental immunity for the city.